Every time I go to a community, or let me just say, the number one request I get from a community is bring me a steakhouse. And so when I went to visit Toccoa Stevens County and Tim's counterpart, Wendy Bailey, the first thing out of Wendy's mouth was, I want a steakhouse. So anyway, that kind of translated into this retail program. What I've done here is put up a map of where retail sales come from in the state of Georgia. The darker shaded areas are obviously where the larger, more sales come from. What's happened is that basically people follow jobs and retail follow people. This is moving very quickly, so I'll move quicker here. From a demographic standpoint, age is important. In Georgia, Carlotta mentioned that Georgia has a very low age. As a matter of fact, we do. Georgia has the lowest median age of any state east of the Mississippi. Another important part as that a retail site selection person looks for is income levels. They look for people, but the second most important thing is where do the incomes come from. In Georgia, the one thing that I'm interested in is retail development. Retail is the second largest employer in the state, only to the government sector, and actually the largest employer in the state is a retailer, which is Walmart. In your community, you have retail sales come from different sectors. The most important sector, or where the largest sales tax dollars come from, is the sale of automobiles. So the next time you see an automobile dealer in your community, give them a big hug. In Georgia, total retail sales amount to about $123 billion. That's approximately 2/5 of the world's largest retailer, Walmart, which has sales over $400 billion. The benefits of retail development, it generates employment opportunities. Most important thing, it spreads the tax burden. As you can see from the chart above, or you probably can't see because the numbers are too small, when you think about what a general merchandise store such as a Walmart does, $50 million a year, that translates with a community that has a 3% splosh of over $1.5 million a year. So the retail sales tax funds a lot of initiatives in your community. There are 4 principal players in the retail site selection process. The first one is the retailer, obviously. The second one is the developer. The third one is the broker who brings value of relationships. And of the 4, the last one will screw up the deal. That's the landowner. The landowner wants as much for the property as they can get, and that's true in economic development circles. Demographics are very important. Population obviously is a key, as well as income levels. And socioeconomic and growth trends are important. A retailer likes to see, hey, they're growing. I mean, think about what Caterpillar has done up in Athens and Oconee County, and what Baxter has done down in the Covington-Walton County areas. Competition analysis is important for retailers. They like to be next to one another. Think of the food court in a mall. Think of the mall itself. And then traffic flow and access. There are those retailers who like to be in the morning route to work and those that like to be in the afternoon. Dunkin' Donuts would be one that would be on the AM side of the road. A grocery store would be on the PM side of the road. Visibility is important, and the bottom line is you must have the right site for the retailer. The retailer does not want to be outflanked by a competitor who may have a better site, which is a half mile down the road. A way to attract new retail to your community is visit a similar community, and then also contact local developers and brokers. Tell them what you want to do, and then get involved with the largest networking organization in the retail industry, and that's the International Council of Shopping Centers. Yeah, as you can see before me, we've got over 600 cities in the state of Georgia, and this is Toccoa Stevens County. Essentially, put together a marketing piece for your community. As someone mentioned earlier, do it in the elevator speech style, 10 seconds or less. Have as much information on there as you can. Speaking about steakhouses, this is Longhorns. The criteria that they like to see in locating a store is 100,000 people within a 15-mile radius and 30,000 cars. And this here is the Fat Albert of steakhouses, or the Big Ass Steakhouse, Golden Corral, as they're double the size of a Longhorns, but yet they do provide a lot of economic impact in the community. Last but not least, support your elected officials and shop local. So anyway, that concludes today's presentation. Boy.